Hey everyone, so today we're going to go over the physics concept of normal force, or what a normal force is. Now a normal force is simply a force which is perpendicular to the surface. Now what do I mean by this? So let's say we have a 20 kilogram block on a flat surface. That block is going to have a weight force, or the force of gravity, acting on it downwards, and then it's going to have the normal force opposing that. And as we can see here, the normal force is perpendicular to the surface, or the flat ground. And even if this 20 kilogram block was, say, on a ramp, if it was on a ramp, it would have the normal force opposing or perpendicular to the surface, and then here it would have the weight force, or the force of gravity, going downwards. So as we can see, the normal force is always perpendicular to the surface. And another thing for normal force is, if we want to increase the normal force, we simply have to increase the force of gravity, or the weight force. And then, obviously, if you want to decrease the normal force, you have to decrease the force of gravity. And for this, we can do it by adding ropes, or making, like for pulleys and tension, we can add a tension force to decrease the force of gravity. And we'll go over that in the next example. So let's say we have a 20 kilogram block on flat ground, and you obviously have the force of gravity acting on it, and then you have a normal force, but you also have an applied force, Fa, going downwards, which is 500 newtons. I ask you to calculate the normal force. For this, we would recognize that the normal force, because this is an equilibrium before the force applied, the normal force would just be equal to the force of gravity. But now it's equal to the force of gravity plus the applied force, is equal to Fg plus Fa. Fn is equal to 20 kilograms times 9.81 plus 500 newtons. Fn is equal to 696.2 newtons. And that's how we can calculate our normal force for that example. Now, let's say we have a different example. Let's go over it the other way. Let's say we have the same 20 kilogram block, but this time same 20 kilogram block, but this time we have a tension force. T is equal to 100 newtons. There's a rope pulling it up. Now we would realize that Fn, the normal force, plus the tension force is equal to the force of gravity. And so here, if we want to isolate for Fn, we have to move T to the other side by subtracting. So Fn is equal to Fg minus T. Fn, normal force, is equal to, as we did in the previous example, 196.2 newtons, which is 20 times 9.81, minus 100 newtons, which is the tension force, and then the normal force is equal to 96.2 newtons. So as we can see, not too difficult a concept.